the internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward. There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an episode of 24 Hours Script. Let's get right in today's video. I'm a little scared uploading this video because the facts are just so true that I might get, you know what, let's just cut right to the chase, okay? The next couple of years, we're gonna see a massive, massive shift in wealth and in this world. In terms of a new world order being introduced. Oh, it sounds crazy, you must say. But here's the thing. There's a reason why inflation has been going up for the past years. And it's going to continue. The debt bubble is only going to go on for so long. They're introducing a new system. And this video that I'm going to share with you, that was shared by Matt on Twitter, absolutely mind-boggling. It's going to get you thinking. And then after, we're going to get into Onyx or whatever this JP Morgan infrastructure they're building. We're going to get into that. We're going to break it down. And I'm going to educate you on the compatibility with their system and Ripple's technology. Again, what they're going for is not an interoperable system. Okay, we want a level playing field, and JP Morgan doesn't provide that. This video is going to be very educational. You do not want to miss a second of this, but take a listen to this video. Before I play it, let me give you a background on who this individual is. Back on December 11th, 2002, World Economic founder and President Klaus Schwab announced the annual selection of 100 young leaders for the foundation's Global Leaders for Tomorrow program in 2003. Richard A. Werner has been selected as one of these 100 young leaders of 2003. Very interesting. This guy is a genius. He knows what's coming. Born in Bavaria, LSE and Oxford educated, Richard Werner is known for his innovative work in economics, which has been successfully applied by international financial investors as well as developing economies. Wow, genius. Now listen to what he says about the WEF agenda. We already know this. 99% of you guys will already know this, and you guys will, be on my side on here. It's not a matter of choosing what's right or wrong or who's right. Like, this is 100% accurate. This is where we're going through. This is AI's coming. Things are changing. And XRP is going to have the biggest power move ever, folks. But take a listen to this.
They have literally delayed their agenda because I think it's so important to them. They've been very careful about the timing, and let's wait a little longer. Let's wait a little longer. Let's have this crisis first. Let's have COVID first. Soften them up. But they've delayed because the technology was already ready around 2015 to roll out. Mm. And what people don't mention is, what do these CBDCs actually look like? At the moment, there's a bit of talk about this being phone-based apps. And yes, that is the initial phase. But what was already ready around 2015 is the ultimate goal. What they really want, apparently, I was told by a central banker, is CBDCs looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin, which is, in my view, a violation of human dignity. And they realize there is a hurdle. So to get people to accept this, there will be, why suddenly are all the billionaires saying, let's have universal basic income? Because the story is going to be, now we've created this vast unemployment and disruption and crises. Well, we need universal basic income. You will get 2,000 euros into your account every month. But of course, to run this efficiently, we need to use the latest technology. So, you need the CBDC chip implant. But how many people will say, okay, fine, £2,000, 2,000 euros, you know.
A surprising proportion.
And that is why when they did the lockdowns and they started giving everybody their, $2,000 a month income, whether it was in the United States or in Canada and other countries, that was all a test to see who would sit back and relax and take what they give. It is mind-boggling. Things are going to get absolutely massive if you do not have money in this world. And that's a fact. And take a listen to Ripple's 2023 report here. We're going to go over a few topics and then we're going to get into JP Morgan's infrastructure and Ripple's infrastructure breakdown. Look at how everything is shifting. Global finance leaders are confident in crypto, digital assets, and blockchain. Over the past 6 months, finance leaders' confidence in the crypto industry has increased by 72% in the last 6 months because the next 3 years and the next 3 to 7 years is just basically full throttle implementation, regulatory clarity. It's here, it's being all put in place. Over the past 12 months, finance leaders' confidence in using cryptocurrency solutions for their business has significantly increased and somewhat increased, averaging over 50% for the past 12 months. Folks, these numbers are massive, and we're going to be unlocking new value in places that we couldn't before. As more and more assets are tokenized and additional use cases for tokenization continue to be explored, tested, and developed beyond the simple JPEG, we are bullish on their future and broader business impact. We're not alone in this sentiment. In fact, Boston Consulting Group BCG estimates the tokenization of global e-liquid assets to be 16 trillion business opportunity. This is new, folks. By 2030. Bloomberg estimates there is roughly 4 trillion locked in private equity and real estate. Real estate assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, and others can be tokenized on blockchains with improved efficiencies over traditional market infrastructure. Tokenizing previously illiquid assets, classes like these open up not only a whole new world of global investment and trading using DeFi protocols, but also solves problems related to slow settlement times and high fees. Ladies and gentlemen, now to the best part. This new infrastructure, which we covered yesterday, how JP Morgan targeted Ripple. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, go watch it. They formed this in 2020. And Onyx, whatever, has pioneered the world's first bank-led blockchain platform for the exchange of value, information, and digital assets. Wow. This is just a mirror of Ripple. Remember, that's pretty much Ripple's slogan. We're here to exchange value, information, like email today, pretty much. And that's what they're saying. So they're saying formed in 2020, it was perfectly timed. Formed in 2020. And then in 2020, you sue Ripple. You see how this really irritates stuff out of me, folks. I don't think you guys understand how much of I know how accurate this is. And the banking cartel and JP Morgan, they're saying they pioneered, this was the first big cartel bank-led project right after they sued Ripple. You see this? Listen, if you don't believe this and if you think this is all a show, it's all made up stuff, then you're just not in this sector for a very long time and you don't know how these corrupt entities work. This is far beyond their system. But now let's talk about compatibility between the XRP ledger and JP Morgan's infrastructure. It's just not going to work regardless. That's why it's taking so long. That's why Ripple is trying to create a level playing field. That's why Ripple has regulatory clarity in over dozens of jurisdictions. Everybody needs to be on board to use this system. And news like this, for example, why would Visa pick Solana over Ripple or XRP? Because this came out moments ago. Visa expands its cross-border payments to Solana. Nothing to worry about, folks. This is all a smoke show. Not comparable whatsoever to Ripple XRP or what they're trying to achieve. Ripple XRP, listen, folks, I'm not trying to hype anything up, but no one's on their level. And I'm telling you from a banker's perspective, over 10 years in the industry, what Ripple is doing There's no one near what Ripple's trying to achieve. By far, the team, the past 10 years, what's happened within the company, it's game over. You can look at Ripple just like the top banks in the world, like RBC, JP Morgan, Citibank. Ripple is just as big, but is gonna get bigger, okay? Now take a listen to this. To achieve interoperability between JP Morgan's system and Ripple's network, several technical and operational considerations would need to be addressed. First, blockchain compatibility. JP Morgan's blockchain quorum and Ripple's XRP ledger use different underlying technologies and consensus mechanisms. Achieving interoperability would require developing a bridge or protocol layer that can facilitate communication and asset transfer between the two networks. Okay? Pretty much JP Morgan's just trying to have their own closed network again. But again, you're just going back to the old system. It doesn't make any sense. Smart contracts. JP Morgan's quorum and Ripple have different smart contract capabilities and scripting languages. To enable interoperability, a solution will need to be developed to translate or bridge the smart contracts and scripts from one network to another. Regulatory compliance. Ensuring compliance with financial regulation and KYC AML requirements across both networks is crucial. This may involve coordination between regulatory bodies and the development of compliance solutions. So basically, when these banks communicate to each other, especially on the blockchain, what's holding them back is this compliance and regulatory uncertainty, because KYC is important. If Bank A is doing their KYC, should Bank B trust Bank A's KYC? There is just a lot of uncertainty in the back end when you're implementing this technology. Okay, it's all about KYC and AML at the end of the day. That's what we gotta look out for. Liquidity management. For cross-border payments to work seamlessly, liquidity management mechanisms would need to be in place to ensure that there are sufficient assets available on both networks for transactions. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But we know XRP is basically the front runners for CBDCs. And you guys heard, earlier in the video of Richard and talking about CBDCs and this little rice looking thing inside your, right underneath your hand to do transactions.
CBDCs looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin.
It sounds crazy, but it's all coming, folks. It's all coming, folks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But the wealth that's going to be generated in crypto, people are not even going to pay attention to that, because there's going to be so much more drastic events that are going to take place in the world in terms of this revolution that's happening right now, that a couple millionaires here and there, a couple XRP millionaires here and there, it's not going to mean anything at all, because there's going to be a far, far more important stuff going on in the world. And that's it's going to be a scary world to live in, folks. I'm telling you, if there's no money, if you don't generate income with this crypto sector, once in a lifetime opportunity, where every day we go over information on how these big elites are all forming this, then it's not meant for everybody. With that being said, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and we'll be back with another.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.